do you care about age? Do you think about, like, oh, I'm going to be 90? Does that matter to you?
I don't think about it. I sometimes think when I was a little kid, and I used to hang out with my grandfather, who was in his 90s, and I thought, Jesus, who the hell would want to live this long?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor, director, and Hollywood icon, has always been a man of mystery. At 93, with a career spanning over 7 decades, he has captivated audiences with his rugged charm, raw talent, and unforgettable films. But now, for the first time, Eastwood is opening up about something deeply personal: the woman who was the love of his life. "You're only as good as the chances you take," Eastwood said recently, reflecting on his life and the decisions he made along the way. But in a rare moment of vulnerability, he admitted that there was one chance he didn't take. One woman who left a permanent mark on his heart. For years, fans and the media have speculated about Eastwood's relationships, his multiple marriages, and his reputation as a Hollywood heartthrob. Yet, this confession comes as a surprise. Why now? And who is this mysterious woman who meant so much to him? This moment of reflection from Eastwood comes not just as a revelation about his love life, but as a window into his humanity. For a man whose life has been defined by fame and success, this confession underscores the regrets and emotional complexities that even legends face. To understand the depth of this revelation, we must start at the beginning, with the humble beginnings that shaped Clint Eastwood into the man he would become. From a challenging childhood during the Great Depression to the early struggles of his career, Eastwood's journey to stardom laid the foundation for both his triumphs and regrets. Humble beginnings, the making of a legend. Clint Eastwood was born on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, California, during the Great Depression. Growing up in a working-class family, Eastwood learned early on the values of resilience and hard work. His father, Clint Sr., worked odd jobs, and his mother, Ruth, was a factory worker. The family moved frequently during his childhood, a result of his father's ever-changing employment. This instability, while difficult, helped shape Eastwood's independent spirit. "When life gets hard, you find a way to keep going," he later reflected. This mindset would guide him through both his personal and professional challenges. As a student, Eastwood struggled academically, earning the nickname the slow kid in school. But rather than letting this label define him, he found ways to excel in other areas. A natural athlete, he loved swimming and bodybuilding, often spending hours training at local pools. His job as a lifeguard hinted at the discipline and work ethic he would later bring to his career. Eastwood's sense of independence only deepened when he was drafted into the Army during the Korean War. While stationed in California, he survived a harrowing plane crash when the aircraft he was in went down off the California coast. Swimming to safety through frigid waters, Eastwood emerged from the experience with a renewed sense of determination. "I realized then how fragile life is," he said. "You've got to make the most of it while you can." This early period of Eastwood's life was about survival and learning how to adapt, a trait that would serve him well in Hollywood, where rejection and uncertainty are part of the journey. The rocky road to stardom. After his military service, Clint Eastwood decided to pursue acting, a bold choice for a young man with no formal training or connections in Hollywood. His good looks and towering frame got him noticed, but early on he faced countless rejections. Universal Studios signed Eastwood in the mid-1950s, but didn't see him as a leading man. Executives critiqued everything from his stiff acting to the way he moved his mouth. He was relegated to minor roles, often playing background characters in B-movies. "They told me I didn't have what it takes," Eastwood once recalled, "but I wasn't about to let them decide my future." Despite the setbacks, Eastwood's determination only grew. He worked odd jobs to support himself, including digging swimming pools and pumping gas, while attending acting classes at night. His persistence finally paid off when he landed a role in the Western television series Rawhide in 1959. As Rowdy Yates, Eastwood became a household name, but even then, he felt trapped by the role. "People saw me as the cowboy and nothing else," Eastwood said of his Rawhide years. While the show gave him financial stability, it also typecast him, making it hard to break into film. Determined to redefine himself, Eastwood took a risk that would change his career forever, heading to Europe for a project that would revolutionize the Western genre. The spaghetti westerns, defining a genre and a career. In 1964, Clint Eastwood took a gamble by agreeing to star in an Italian Western titled A Fistful of Dollars. Directed by Sergio Leone, the film was unlike any Western Hollywood had ever produced. Eastwood's character, the man with no name, was a mysterious anti-hero with a gravelly voice, a deadly aim, and a penchant for silence. The film's gritty style, combined with Eastwood's rugged performance, made it an instant hit. The success of A Fistful of Dollars led to 2 sequels, For a Few Dollars More, 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 1966, collectively known as the Dollars Trilogy. These films not only launched Eastwood to international stardom, but also redefined the Western genre. They replaced the clean-cut heroes of earlier Westerns with morally ambiguous characters and a darker, grittier tone. "I didn't want to play a hero who was perfect," Eastwood explained. "I wanted to play someone real." With his star on the rise, Eastwood began exploring new opportunities, eventually stepping behind the camera to create some of Hollywood's most iconic films.
The transition to filmmaker Clint Eastwood behind the camera.
By the early 1970s, Clint Eastwood had firmly established himself as a box office sensation, but he wasn't content to remain in front of the camera. His desire to tell stories on his terms drove him to step behind the lens. And in 1971, Eastwood made his directorial debut with Play Misty for Me. The psychological thriller showcased his ability to craft gripping narratives while exploring the darker aspects of human nature. "Directing was about taking control," Eastwood said. "It allowed me to tell the stories I wanted to tell, in the way I wanted to tell them." The success of Play Misty for Me marked the beginning of Eastwood's remarkable career as a filmmaker. Over the next 5 decades, he would direct over 30 films, many of which have become cinematic classics. His early directorial efforts, including High Plains Drifter, 1973, and The Outlaw Josie Wales, 1976, redefined the Western genre, blending the grit of his spaghetti Western roots with a deeper focus on character and morality. One of Eastwood's defining qualities as a filmmaker is his commitment to authenticity. He's known for his minimalist approach, often finishing scenes in 1 or 2 takes to capture raw, unfiltered performances. His actors have praised his calm demeanor and ability to create an environment of trust on set. "Clint knows what he wants," said actor Morgan Freeman, who worked with Eastwood on Unforgiven, 1992, and $1 Million Baby, 2004. "And he knows how to get it without wasting time or overcomplicating things." Eastwood's work behind the camera often reflects his fascination with human struggle and redemption. Unforgiven, which won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, deconstructs the mythology of the Old West, presenting a gritty, unflinching portrait of violence and its consequences. Similarly, $1 Million Baby explores themes of sacrifice, resilience, and the moral complexity of difficult choices. Eastwood's ability to evolve as a filmmaker has kept him relevant for decades. In the 2000s and beyond, he shifted his focus to contemporary dramas, tackling real-life stories like Mystic River, 2003, American Sniper, 2014, and Richard Jewell, 2019. His films continued to resonate with audiences, blending emotional depth with thought-provoking narratives. While Eastwood's career behind the camera earned him critical acclaim, his personal life remained a topic of fascination and controversy, marked by a series of complex and often turbulent relationships. The woman who changed his life. Amid his many relationships, Clint Eastwood has now confessed that there was one woman who stood apart from the rest, the love of his life. This revelation, coming at the age of 93, has captivated fans and sparked curiosity about the identity of the woman who had such a profound impact on him. "She was unlike anyone I'd ever met," Eastwood said, reflecting on their connection. According to Eastwood, this woman saw beyond his fame and understood the man behind the Hollywood persona. Their relationship was defined by moments of deep intimacy and understanding, but it was also marked by missed opportunities and regret. While Eastwood didn't name her publicly, those close to him have speculated about who she might be. Over the years, he has been linked to many notable women, including actresses Sandra Locke, Frances Fisher, and Dina Ruiz. However, Eastwood's confession suggests that this woman may not have been a high-profile figure. Instead, she might have been someone he shared a private, fleeting connection with, someone who left a lasting imprint on his heart. Eastwood admitted that his lifestyle and career ambitions often got in the way of their relationship. "I was too focused on the next movie, the next project," he shared. "And sometimes you don't realize what you've lost until it's too late." This rare moment of vulnerability offers a glimpse into a side of Eastwood that fans rarely see. Despite his reputation as a stoic, self-assured figure, his confession reveals a man who has grappled with the same emotions and regrets that many experience.
While this relationship left an indelible mark on Eastwood, his personal life as a whole has been filled with drama, controversies, and complexities that rivaled the plots of his films.
Big Hollywood split, a power couple, Clint and Dina Eastwood. She just filed for a legal separation after 17 years of marriage. And today we're learning more about what may have been behind the breakup. ABC's Aditi Roy has the story.
They seem to have a rock-solid marriage. Dirty Harry screen legend Clint Eastwood and his former TV anchor wife Dina live far from the glare of Hollywood and red carpets in the affluent seaside town of Carmel, California. Married for 17 years, the couple seemed in love and happy. But now, Dina has filed for separation from Clint, and the pair is reportedly embroiled in a complicated love quartet. People magazine reports trouble began brewing in the marriage last year when Dina did the e-reality show Mrs. Eastwood and Company against her husband's wishes.
The show did put some pressure on the marriage, and while it was airing, the marriage essentially started to fall apart.
The notoriously private Oscar winner even seemed uncomfortable when he appeared on the show.
Why don't I go get the car and I'll just pull up right in front.
Please, thank you. I'd appreciate that. I'll be right there, sweetheart.
Sources told People magazine that he was actually furious, and he didn't like the fact that his daughters were now on TV.
Personal controversies, a complex love life. Clint Eastwood's personal life has been as dramatic as his career, marked by multiple relationships, high-profile affairs, and a reputation for being a Hollywood playboy. Over the years, he has fathered at least 8 children with 6 different women, creating a family dynamic that is both unique and, at times, complicated. Eastwood's first marriage to Maggie Johnson in 1953 lasted nearly 30 years, but it was far from a conventional union. During their marriage, Eastwood had several affairs, including a highly publicized relationship with actress Sandra Locke, which began in the mid-1970s. Locke and Eastwood became a Hollywood power couple, working together on 6 films, but their relationship was tumultuous behind the scenes. When their relationship ended in the late 1980s, Locke filed a palimony suit against Eastwood, accusing him of emotional manipulation and breach of trust. The legal battle played out in public, tarnishing Eastwood's reputation as a leading man both on and off the screen. Despite the controversy, Eastwood continued to forge new relationships, including with actress Frances Fisher, with whom he had a daughter, and later with Dina Ruiz, whom he married in 1996. While Eastwood's relationships often attracted criticism, they also revealed his struggles with commitment and vulnerability. "I've made my share of mistakes," he admitted, "but every relationship taught me something about myself." Despite the drama, Eastwood has maintained close bonds with many of his children, who often describe him as a supportive and loving father. His personal life, though messy, reflects the complexities of love, regret, and the desire for connection. As Eastwood's personal and professional life continued to unfold, his enduring legacy in film remained a constant source of pride and influence. His enduring legacy in film. Clint Eastwood's legacy in film is nothing short of legendary. As both an actor and a director, he has redefined Hollywood, leaving an indelible mark on the Western, action, and drama genres. From his early days as a cowboy in Rawhide to his critically acclaimed films like Unforgiven and Gran Torino, Eastwood's career spans over 70 years, a rare achievement in the entertainment industry. As an actor, Eastwood became a cultural icon through his roles in the Dollars trilogy and Dirty Harry series. His portrayal of the man with no name and the morally ambiguous Inspector Callahan introduced a new kind of anti-hero, gritty, flawed, and undeniably captivating. These characters reflected the complexities of the real world, resonating with audiences who were drawn to Eastwood's raw authenticity. As a director, Eastwood pushed the boundaries of storytelling, creating films that were both emotionally powerful and socially relevant. In Mystic River, 2003, he explored the aftermath of trauma and the ripple effects of violence, while $1 Million Baby, 2004, tackled themes of ambition, sacrifice, and euthanasia. His work on American Sniper, 2014, brought attention to the struggles of veterans, earning both critical acclaim and box office success.
Eastwood's ability to adapt to changing times has been key to his longevity. Even in his 80s and 90s, he has continued to create films that resonate with new generations. His 2018 film, The Mule, and 2021's Cry Macho show a softer, reflective side of Eastwood, emphasizing themes of redemption and introspection.
While Eastwood's professional legacy is undeniable, his recent confession about the love of his life adds an emotional layer to his story, humanizing the man behind the legend. Life beyond Hollywood, real estate, and philanthropy. Clint Eastwood's legacy extends far beyond the bright lights of Hollywood. While his acting and directing career made him a household name, his life outside of film has been just as impactful. Eastwood's business ventures, philanthropic efforts, and even a stint in politics highlight his multidimensional character and his desire to make a difference in the world. One of Eastwood's most notable achievements outside of film is his success in real estate. In the 1980s, he purchased vast properties in Carmel by the Sea, California, where he became deeply involved in the community. His investment in Mission Ranch, a historic property that was nearly demolished, is a testament to his passion for preservation. Eastwood restored the property, transforming it into a picturesque resort that reflects his appreciation for nature and history. "It's about leaving something better than how you found it," Eastwood said, reflecting on his restoration efforts. Eastwood's connection to Carmel went beyond real estate. In 1986, he was elected mayor of the city, a role he took on with the same determination he brought to his films. During his 2-year term, Eastwood championed environmental conservation, public services, and local arts programs. His leadership style was pragmatic and focused, earning him respect from residents. Philanthropy has also been a central part of Eastwood's life. Over the years, he has quietly supported numerous causes, including arts education, conservation efforts, and veteran programs. As a former soldier himself, Eastwood has a deep appreciation for the sacrifices made by military personnel. His work on films like American Sniper and Flags of Our Fathers brought attention to veterans' struggles, but he also contributed behind the scenes, donating to organizations that support mental health and transition services for veterans. Eastwood's personal philosophy of giving back has shaped his actions throughout his life. Whether preserving a piece of history, helping his community thrive, or supporting those in need, Eastwood's work outside of Hollywood reflects his grounded and thoughtful approach to life. As Eastwood reflects on his many accomplishments, his recent confession about lost love sheds light on a man who, despite his success, has wrestled with personal regrets. Clint Eastwood at 93, Reflections on Fame and Regret. At 93, Clint Eastwood remains a towering figure in Hollywood, but his perspective on life has softened with age. Known for his stoic, no-nonsense demeanor, Eastwood now speaks with a tone of reflection, openly acknowledging the highs and lows of his journey. His recent confession about the love of his life reveals a vulnerability that makes his story all the more poignant. Eastwood has always been candid about the toll fame can take on personal relationships. Fame is a strange thing. It gives you everything, but it also takes away a lot, he said in a recent interview. Over the years, his relentless drive for success often came at the expense of his personal connections. Multiple marriages, high-profile affairs, and estranged relationships with some of his children illustrate the complexities of balancing a public life with private responsibilities. His confession about the woman who left a lasting impact on his heart is a rare glimpse into his emotional world. "I've spent decades thinking about her," Eastwood admitted, hinting at the regret he feels for not pursuing that relationship more fully. It's a reminder that even the most successful figures are not immune to feelings of loss and longing. This moment of vulnerability underscores the universal nature of Eastwood's story. Despite his status as a Hollywood legend, his reflections on love, regret, and missed opportunities resonate with audiences on a deeply personal level. Eastwood's confession not only reveals his humanity, but also highlights the lessons he's learned about love and vulnerability, a theme that has shaped his life and career.
The confession, what it means.
Clint Eastwood's confession about the love of his life is more than just a personal revelation. It's a window into the emotional complexity of a man often defined by his stoicism. For decades, Eastwood has been a symbol of rugged independence, a Hollywood icon who built a career on grit and resilience. But his recent admission reveals a softer, more reflective side, offering fans a deeper understanding of the man behind the legend. "She taught me how to love in a way I didn't fully understand at the time," Eastwood said of the mysterious woman. While he hasn't named her publicly, his words suggest a connection that transcended the fleeting nature of many of his relationships. This woman saw beyond his fame and success, connecting with the vulnerable side of Eastwood that he rarely showed to the world. The confession highlights a theme that has been present in Eastwood's films for years: the idea of the one that got away. From the missed opportunities of the bridges of Madison County to the quiet regrets of Gran Torino, Eastwood's storytelling has often mirrored the complexities of his own life. His admission about this woman suggests that his work may have been a way of processing those emotions over the years. For fans, this revelation humanizes Eastwood, making him more relatable and showing that even the most successful lives come with their share of what-ifs. His willingness to open up about such a deeply personal subject speaks to his growth as a person, even in his later years. As we reflect on Eastwood's confession and the lessons it holds, his remarkable life reminds us of the importance of embracing both triumphs and regrets. A life of triumph, mystery, and humanity. Clint Eastwood's life has been one of extraordinary accomplishments. From his humble beginnings during the Great Depression to his rise as one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors and directors. His impact on the film industry is undeniable, but it's his recent confession about the love of his life that offers the most profound insight into his humanity. Eastwood's story is a testament to resilience, artistry, and the lessons learned through triumphs and mistakes. His vulnerability in sharing his regrets about lost love reminds us that even the most iconic figures face the same emotional complexities as everyone else. As Eastwood put it best, "You're only as good as the chances you take." And sometimes, love is the biggest risk of all. If Clint Eastwood's remarkable journey has inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the lives, lessons, and legacies of the world's most fascinating figures. Let's explore the humanity behind the legends together.